Yeah, so actually the first blessing we got from Karmapa, I think one can say that was so convincing that we never had any doubt since then that this was our teacher and that this is what we wanted in this life. And that was, in spite of that, we were kind of rather skeptical people. With a Scandinavian background, you are automatically very skeptical with anything that has to do with religion or gurus or so.
You see a church, your first thought is how many farmer children died to build that thing, right? That's the first Scandinavian thought when you see a church, right?
It's not a very spiritually open, you can say, environment, yeah? But the Karmapa's example was simply so strong and convincing. And then, of course, there must have been, a connection from before.
Very clear old connection. He took us in also. Next time he came in, he took us in. We had some LSD for him. We had a gift for him. We were going to give him and say, this is amazing stuff. We said, thank you. He put it in his pocket very quickly. And he said afterwards he took it to avoid that we took it. Right?
He told much later, he told that.
Yeah, that he said he took it, because we thought, wow, that's how you get holy in the West. Maybe you should look at that also, right? So we trusted that, we were reading Huxley. I met Leary and Albert later and so on. Ginsberg, all. We met them here in America afterwards and so on. It was something we all shared at that time.
Yeah.
Chemical revolution, chemical whatever.
No. I've heard a number of stories where.
Yeah.
I just think of it, like in my little terms from now, just like.
The funny thing is,
like people like going to the Black Crown ceremony, and go, "Oh, Your Holiness is the greatest weed ever, man. We appreciate you so much." Just like.
The fantastic thing is we managed to take the stuff before it became illegal. That's what I think. We were so avant-garde, we took it before it became illegal, right? Because it was good for my dissertation at the university. Yeah.
But then he was so kind, He was so kind to us, really. Amazing. And he was staying in Nepal at that time.
3 months, wasn't it?
For, 2 months.
2 months at least.
We just, as often as we could, we went there and he took us in. And, we didn't know much at that time what it was all about,
We had to,
and then he invited us to come to Rumtek.
Yeah, in Bodnad also, we stopped the stampede. Again, the same thing, holding people back and so on. That was even more people there. They were just running over everything. It was at Dabsang Rinpoche's Gumba there, 2/3 of the way around, past Chini Lama, further on to Dabsang Rinpoche's Gumba there. And there, I managed to hold them back. I don't know how I could do it. It was like Karmapa, which like putting that power.
Did you know Tenzin Parsons back then?
Who?
Tenzin Parsons. He was he's a Scottish man.
Ah, yeah. Ludotai.
Ludotai, little fellows, little legs, long body. Yes. They call Ludotai because Ludotai was the same.
They called him that.
Well, he told me about
his old friend of
seeing
ours.
Karmapa do the Black Crown on the stupa of Bodnath in 1970.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Going berserk.
That was what Ole is talking about.
I was the one who stopped him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they went berserk, not Tibetans.
Do you remember?
And we know why now. We know why now, because actually in Tibet the lamas just gave blessings to the first couple of hundred, and then they left, right? The high Rinpoches, and now they wanted to have that. So actually they all decided very democratically to bless everybody after that. But the people hadn't learned that; they still were on the Tibetan habit thing, right?
Yeah.
But what was your question?
Well, I was wondering if in particular, in seeing the Black Crown done, when Karmapa did it at the stupa at Bodnath, if there was anything significant you remember about
the sky.
Things in
the sky.
I think he did 3 crown ceremonies again, and
so
it would have been on an occasion where the audience really went berserk.
Yeah, but that's possible. There was not
we saw more. When during the crown ceremony, we were only looking at him.
When you see him, you only see him. He was like...
We were completely fascinated by
Okay, so then you would, since
him.
you're holding people back, you would have been in physical proximity to Karmapa.
Yeah. I'd be right in front of him, He was sitting on the throne, which was going back, up against the wall of the Gumba. He was sitting outside there. And I had this thing, go against something and held him back, and apparently scared a few people.
It was really like stampede.
Next day, my sandals were twice as long. So,
and
everybody stepped on my toes. My feet were bloody on top. Everybody had stepped on them.
And Karmapa would go up to what you call Nagikumba.
Yes,
he would fly by helicopter, and you can imagine we were running, up the hill and down the hill.
Hannah got so sick I had to carry her the rest of the... Remember that?
Yeah.
Hannah got sick on the way. So, and you come up, that's very interesting. You come up and then it's flat. That's where Ujin Rinpoche. Great man, great Lama.
That's where I interviewed Chikanima.
Yeah, he visited.
Great white Kampa.
Yeah,
yes.
Great Lama.
So His Holiness visited also Nagikumba there, but of course he would come by helicopter.
We ran up. He came with Lupin Situ Rinpoche in helicopter,
yes.
right? He took care of it all.
Yeah.
Then after that he went out to see some Guru Rinpoche relics that we saw afterwards near Mustang, near Lo, but we couldn't go for that, right? Couldn't walk that far.
I was flying.
And then after that, then he came back and we were with him again.
Yeah, and then when he left, he invited us to come to Rumtek. But at that time,
we
the political situation at the border there between India and Tibet was very delicate. It was not so long after
been fighting in 62.
They had been fighting with the Chumbi Valley. So it was really like restricted area. So it took forever to get this visa, which was, in our case, very healthy, because we just got more and more desperate to go
real teachings,
to him, and this first teacher we met, he was very skillful. He never gave us anything.
Things for this, things for that. And he gave us things, told us, see if your friends want things like that. But
Ole was teaching at the American
embassy.
I was
teaching on the school up on the highest.
So we were just waiting, and actually finishing off. We lost complete interest in the whole scene there, with smoking and all
we managed to get some Danes came by in a Volkswagen, and we got all the fine things we bought from one KS Lama, who was our supplier of very, very good Tibetan artifacts.
Tankas.
We got that all into a Volkswagen bus, and we put it in a place where nobody would find it. They drove all the way to Denmark with it, so we picked it up afterwards.
Today you can't get these things,
not have a chance.